Hi, thanks so much for joining us for the Mastering GI Mapping course webinar. I'm excited to share with you today a little bit about the GI Map test and this course that we've created and why it would be a great tool for your business. So let's just dive right in. Mastering GI Mapping is a course to teach you step by step how to incorporate microbiome stool testing into your wellness practice. And in a broader sense, it's to help you join the movement of practitioners that are truly focused on restoring the balance to their clients that we know is so needed in the world today. We have so many upsets and imbalances in our health these days, and this tool is giving us useful information to help restore that balance. So, what are the goals of this course? And really, the goals of what we're going to talk about on this webinar to help you understand what the course helps you do. And number one, that's increased knowledge. We cannot help our clients and help them rebalance their health unless we are always increasing and expanding our knowledge. So, the first thing that's really important in entering a course like this or any other when it comes to the healthcare realm is knowing that we're always learning and we're always expanding and we're always adding to our knowledge base. We are the sages of the healthcare world. And so it's our job to always be expanding our knowledge. Number two, this is probably why most people arrive at this page, is because they're seeking answers so they can help change the lives of their clients. We know that so many people are suffering today, not only from digestive problems, but a myriad of other issues that are causing disruption in their daily lives that really challenges their wellness and it really is not allowing them to live a fulfilled life. So we're all here because we want to change people's lives and we want to be a part of that story. If you are here, you probably love walking people into health and wellness. And that is one of the major goals of this course, is to help others, teach others how to incorporate GI mapping testing so you can help change the lives of others. Number three, one of the goals of this course is to help you create a sustainable business or wellness practice. If your business is not sustainable or you're not profitable, you cannot continue on helping other people. So we have to pay attention to those business things, right? Even though our focus is usually just on the client, but we have to have a sustainable business. Otherwise, we can't stay in business. So we're here to help you with that too in the course. And number four, to share best practices. The best care comes out of collaboration. No man is an island. We all have to work together. And when we collaborate and share best practices, we know that we're getting the best for our clients. And we really, really focus on that model in the course and in our community because we believe that that is a model that best serves the people that we're caring for. So a little bit about me. My name is Eliza Bacote. I was trained in modern medicine as an acute care nurse practitioner. I had almost 16 years of experience in the ICU, and that was my passion. I was very ingrained and entrenched in modern medicine. I studied at Emory for my master's and began working there at an academic institution, and I loved it. I thrived in it. But there became a point when I was in it for a long enough period that I just became so tired of watching people die of preventable illnesses, things that I knew didn't have to happen. And I slowly started to do research and become more aware of the things that were making people sick, our food system, our toxic environments, and other things related to hustle culture in the society I was living in, and high stress, and lots of responsibilities. And I just knew that I couldn't understand those things and not do something about it. So once I really started to understand all the pillars of wellness, I really knew it was time for me to change trajectory and be a part of the wellness movement that you and I both know the world so desperately needs. So through that, I started a wellness-based practice, but just maybe like many of you, I was really struggling to keep my business sustainable. And it was really attractive to maybe go back to my prior field because of my salary, but I just knew that wasn't where my passion was. And so I started looking for different ways, not only to get more information on how to help my clients, but also to expand my offerings. And that's how I came upon the GI map test. So I discovered the GI map test in about 2017, around there, and started researching it and made sure to get myself tested first. And through incorporating the GI map test into my practice and seeing hundreds of clients, I started to see similarities and trends and really created unique protocols that were really helping people rebalance and helping people see on the journey why it was so important to rebalance their health and work on their wellness. And I fell in love with the GI map test. But what was hard for me is that there was no course out there to learn from. I just had to watch hundreds and hundreds of hours of webinars. I did hundreds of hours of research, but there was no comprehensive course that would teach me about how to execute the testing and help clients. And so I basically created where the course that was missing, that I had wished was out there. And that's how the Mastering GI Map course came to be. So let's talk a little bit about gut health and the GI map test itself. Why does gut health matter so much? It's so interesting because we've really seen this focus the last 10 to 20 years as the science has grown, and we've learned so much more about gut health, about how it affects every single system you see here. And so a lot of people love to talk about the gut-brain axis, or the gut-lung axis. But if you look at all these pictures and representation of the organs, each of these organs have an axis of communication, an axis of connection to the digestive system. So we have the gut-brain axis, we have the gut-pancreas axis, we have the gut-liver axis, gut-heart, gut bladder, gut reproductive axis, the nervous system, because of the nervous system and how it innervates the digestive system. And we have the gut muscle bone axis, gut kidney axis, gut lung. We see this huge correlation and connection between the gut and our skin health, gut and endocrine glands like the thyroid. And so what we see actually here is not that the digestive system is in the background and all these other organs are so important. It's that all of the health of these other organs actually outflows from the digestive system. So when we're talking about root cause illness, when we're really talking about getting to the root of our clients' issues, we really do need to focus on the gut. Now, does everything originate from the gut? Not necessarily when it comes to illness, but most roads lead back to it. So isn't it important for us to do testing on our clients and use the information that we have to see if there are any underlying issues and imbalances in their gut to help them with all these other systems and to be more in balance? We absolutely say yes. So why GI map testing? Well, it's highly accurate. With the GI map test through Diagnostic Solutions Lab, uses DNA qPCR technology. And that's really important because most institutions in the modern medical sector are still using microscopy. And we have a lot of evidence coming out that the PCR technology is much more sensitive at detecting pathogens when it comes to this, but it's certainly more expensive. It's a comprehensive test. There's a lot of other tests coming on the market now, some less comprehensive, some maybe seem more comprehensive because they're longer, but that doesn't actually mean that they have all the right components. So why I love the GI map test is because it's comprehensive in providing the perfect information that we need to know about the good and bad microbiome, but also the things that we need to know about intestinal health. It's easy. You ship the box to your client. They get it at home. They can do the testing at home. It's a stool test. They have clear instructions on how to send it back off to the lab. And we love Diagnostic Solutions because they are the best in the business. They are efficient. They are well organized, and they have been around since the very beginning of stool testing. So that is why we love the GI map test. So what do we see in this test? We get a picture of commensal flora, or the healthy bacteria. We get a picture of the pathogenic bacteria, viruses, H. pylori, but that also comes with virulence factors for H. pylori and antibiotic resistant strains. We see all forms of yeast. It looks for worms. And then we have a beautiful section at the end on intestinal health. This intestinal health section gives us lots of information about the immune system of the digestive tract, whether the digestive tract is absorbing fats and nutrients. Does the digestive tract have enough digestive enzymes in it through the elastase? Anti-gliadin antibody, which is giving us an indication if the client is gluten sensitive in the gut. Beta-glucuronidase levels, which helps us understand how the liver is communicating with the digestive system and if we have some liver backup or if they need help with detoxification. Calprotectin levels, which is a marker you also see used in modern medicine. And that's a marker of inflammation into the layer of the digestive tract. The EDN index, which is giving us another marker for inflammation, looking at mast cells and allergic responses. And again, another marker of inflammation. And we have some add-ons to the GI map test that can include a zonulin protein or fecal gluten peptide. And those can be very important because when we're looking at zonulin, we're looking at the gate junctions and seeing if the client's gate junctions are getting a signal to be open or closed. And that gives us a lot of information about the lining health. So who needs a GI map test? I like to pretty much say all the time, everyone needs a GI map test, even if they feel great, because anyone can optimize their health and longevity through a GI map test. But really, this is a great option for any of your clients that are complaining of digestive issues, which, as we've seen in the United States, especially, the skyrocketing incidence of digestive issues surrounding irritable bowel syndrome and those complaints. This is really, really vital. Anyone with immunity issues, brain fog disturbances or transient brain fog, not feeling like they can focus, anyone that's complaining of skin disturbances, changes in mood, anxious or low feelings, anyone who has an inability to lose weight, difficulty sleeping, and really hormonal complaints. A lot of people don't connect the gut. You have a lot of hormonal specialists that are focusing on numbers and hormones, but they're not connecting the fact that the detoxification of the hormones happens in the liver and through the digestive tract. So those two are communicating a lot about hormone detoxification and also hormone feedback loops through our HPA axis. And again, just health improvement. So even when people come to me and they say, I feel great, but I just really want to get this test to see what's going on. And they get a lot of valuable information out of it. So what have we seen from practitioners that have taken our course, and what have they experienced with their clients, and what have I seen with my clients? 75% with complete resolution of GI complaints. And that can range anywhere from diarrhea, constipation to bloating. And if they didn't have complete resolution, which sometimes is not uncommon when they come to the end of the GI map journey, what they see is a significant reduction, which you know that you've really helped them and encouraged the digestive system to rebalance because it's more ready for food, less bloating, less digestive complaints are always a sign that there's been a rebalancing that's happened. The cool thing is that we don't focus on weight with the client journey with the GI map test, but almost everyone that needs to lose weight loses weight. And I can't tell you how many times, probably 40% of the time, people will say, I feel so much better. My digestion's better. I'm sleeping great. And then they'll forget and they'll say, oh yeah, I lost 20 pounds. And isn't that so funny? Because in our modern culture today, the huge focus is always on weight loss, and it's sort of an obsession. But what we see here is it's an afterthought, and that's because metabolic health and proper weight is a reflection of good health. So when you bring things back into balance, especially in the digestive tract, what you see is that people naturally lose weight. Not to mention that we have many keystone commensal bacteria that are responsible for our metabolism, for healthy insulin levels. So if those are very low in a client, we we know that that person is going to have a hard time losing weight. And it's actually incredible to see. You rebalance those and people lose weight and they'll say, I didn't even really do what I probably should have done diet-wise, but I followed the protocol and I still lost weight. So that's always great to see because we're improving metabolic health. Of course, overall digestion and bowel habits. Usually the first thing I hear from clients on protocol is like, wow, I'm going to the bathroom every day now, like clockwork. This is amazing. And again, that bloating being diminished or gone completely. Improvement in fatigue, even though fatigue tends to be seen later on in the protocol or even into maintenance protocol because it seems the body needs to be in periods of rest and restoration. Resolution of skin disturbances, that's another one that we see happening sort of later on in the protocol because we know that the skin is a reflection of what's happening on the inside of the gut. So a lot of times those people need a lot of gut lining support, but we start to see that in months 3, 4, 5, and 6 and into maintenance protocol. Better sleep, that usually happens right away. Remember all that melatonin that's produced in the gut, 600 times what's produced in the pineal gland in the brain. So when you start to rebalance some of those microbes that are responsible for signaling of melatonin, people sleep better. And what's amazing, remember one of our goals is to build a sustainable business, is that you end up with clients that refer other clients and they're your customers for life. When you really walk with someone on the GI map journey, you'll find that you get connected with them and through their maintenance protocol and their wellness regimen, they're still purchasing supplements and wellness tools from you for the duration. So it's usually not just one-stop shop with these customers. They come to you and then you don't hear from them again. Usually you're connected with them in the wellness journey. And we try and teach you guys in the course how to lead them into that wellness journey and stay connected with them so that you're really their sage and their partner on their wellness journey. So how can the GI map test change your practice? What most providers describe after they start doing the GI map test is like, wow, I can't believe that I was doing anything for people before I had this test. They describe it as a crucial tool to look at those root cause imbalances because they're saying, wow, I would have never known that this parasite was there, or I would have never known that the client had an immunity issue if I had not seen this test. So it removes all the guessing and those, well, let's try this supplement. Let's try some digestive enzyme. It removes all that guesswork out of it and really gives you the information you need to be able to give them self-directed tools to improve their wellness. Setting up your practice is simple and can be virtual. I've had a brick and mortar. So if you have a brick and mortar, it's totally fine. You can implement this. But let's say you want Thursdays and Fridays off. We have a lot of practitioners that do have a brick and mortar, but they wanted some of the week off and they can be in the comfort of their home and see their GI map clients virtually on Thursdays and Fridays. Or they can be traveling and still see their GI map clients. This also helps you build residual streams of income. So one of the biggest struggles in business for people that are wellness gurus like us is that the fear or the worry of constantly having to get clients to constantly keep a salary going. And again, you can't sustain yourself in business if you don't have income. But we teach you through the course how to build these residual streams of income from every single client. My very first client still buys her vitamins from me. So she's still my client. I'm still supporting my practice through what she's buying from me. And I've been able to do that with hundreds of clients who trust me for all of their wellness needs. The course also makes you extremely confident in your impact. There's a lot of back and forth these days and a lot of division between the medical world and the naturopathic world. Our job is to combine. There is a place for everyone. Sometimes we need modern medicine. We're going to talk a lot about that in the course because a lot of times you will refer people to their provider. But it's really important for us as functional providers to also be confident in our impact. I know for myself, when I was a nurse practitioner, but I didn't have any functional training, I actually wasn't that confident in the wellness space. I had to go back to school, become a functional diagnostic nutrition practitioner, become a certified wellness practitioner, and take all these different courses to feel really confident in my impact. So the course is really designed to help give you that knowledge and confidence so you can be confident about how you're helping your client with the GI map test. So let's talk about the course and what's included. We have 13 modules, and probably from beginning to finish, it'll take you about 9 hours to finish the course. So it's completely doable to do it in a relatively short period of time. Module 1 is all about getting started, getting yourself tested, because we know as wellness providers, it's extremely important for also to be on our own health journey and to take care of ourselves. We are a product of our product, right? So people want to come to people that are also well and feeling good, and they can tell just by your energy. So we like to focus on you at the beginning of the course and making sure you get yourself tested and get yourself on your own health journey, help you get all of your accounts set up, from lab accounts to supplement store accounts. We teach you in there how to keep track of your clients and what the client journey should look like so your client is satisfied. We give you lots of options on how to invoice payment, schedule pricing. So all those little nitty-gritty business things that, while we're healthcare practitioners and not necessarily business people, we still are business owners, and we have to know these things and execute them to be successful. And then we really like to focus on how to help you get new clients and how to market your GI map services. We also know you're not a marketing guru. I was not. And so we give you these simple tools, downloadables, email campaigns, a social media bundle that really helps you get going in your GI map practice so you can market to your existing clientele. Or if you're brand new, we really focus on how to help you start reaching out and start to build some energy and attraction to your services. And then in module 2 through 10, we focus on the test. We break it down section by section, pathogen by pathogen, going through really the physiology of all of those pathogens, why they might be there, why they're hanging out, and really direct you on what's going to help the client rebalance. In module 11, we focus on those protocols, the support protocols, case studies, so we can give you some great application. And then module 12, we really focus on the protocol part that you should really work on with them, which is lifestyle and diet modifications. We always tell people, you can never just give someone a couple supplements and expect anything to change. They have to change their lifestyle. There has to be stress mitigation. There has to be a focus on sleep. There has to be a focus on emotional and spiritual healing. So we really look at that extremely holistically in module 12 to give you the tools that you need to incorporate those aspects into your client's protocol. This really makes your client feel taken care of, because some people walk out of an office and they're like, well, yeah, they just gave me a list of supplements to take. And that's not going to help them if they're only sleeping 4 hours a night, 5 hours a night, and they have some, toxic stressors in their life. So we focus on those things because that is equally as important as anything else. And then in module 13, for those of you that need a really great digestive anatomy and physiology refresher, we have an hour-long refresher on that. There's 24 downloadables in total in the course. Every module has its own slide deck that you can download and take notes on. And in addition to that, we have a lot of downloadables for you that make things simpler, like a handy little list of common supplements we like. But 8 downloadables in the course are direct handouts that you can give to your client. They are non-branded. They just say GI mapping, so it's branded with the test. And again, you can just pass these off to your clients. For example, we give you one on sleep support, how to manage stressors, etc. So that way the work is kind of already done for you, and you can just get going, and your client can feel like, wow, I have all this information and these tools from this practitioner, and they really know what they're doing. So we want you to just get out of the gate and get going. And those downloadables are meant to make you feel really professional and confident in how you're managing your client. Okay, sorry about that. Skip, skip, skip. So let's now take a quick look at what the course looks like, just to give you an idea. So you can see there on the left, we have course introduction, module. You can click on each one with the drop-down menu, which has the video and a self-assessment. And then if we follow the arrow there, that's a good example of module 1 getting started. We have small videos in there to kind of really guide you through, this is how you order a test in the DHA lab. So we've really tried to simplify it for you and make it super, super streamlined and simple. So you're not fumbling around figuring out, well, how do I order a test in here? We just have those few little videos in there. And that is what the course looks like. Okay, so who can order the test? This is a comprehensive list from Diagnostic Solutions Lab on the providers that can readily and easily order the test. But it's important to understand that there's a wealth of other practitioners out there that are not on this list, like health coaches, registered nurses, and many other disciplines. And they can order through our specialized medical director program with DHA Laboratory. We have a unique partnership with them. They offer physician consults if you need support on that, and you can also get support from our community. And we love this option because they are quite qualified to walk people into wellness through these wellness, self-directed wellness tools. But maybe don't have the specification of lab ordering directly from the lab. So that's a great opportunity. Okay, so let's learn how to get started. Step 1, we'd love for you to go to www.gimapping.com and download our free ebook on gut health, which you can also give to your clients. Step 2, take your discount code from this webinar. It's Healthy Gut or Heal Thy Gut, however you want to look at it, and head to gimapping.com and you can purchase the course there. And another great thing is to check out our community after you join the course. We're going to talk about that in a second. But if you have more questions, don't worry. We have a free group, Q&A group in the website. You can go and join there too if you have more questions about the course. And we also have a tiny mini course that you can go check out if you want to just kind of dip your foot in the beginning and see a little bit what it's about, but you're not quite ready to dive into the course. How to get your course paid for. So we know in this healthcare field, we're always learning and growing and having to expand our minds. So that means taking courses and spending money. But in this business model, we want you to be successful. We want you to get your course paid for. And usually that's done within the first 2 clients. Depending on what you charge, which is totally up to you, we make some recommendations in the course on that. But in the average client journey and GI Map journey pricing for your clients, you will be paying for your course within 2 clients. So that's great. We do have a referral program. Anybody you refer, you get a $200 referral bonus. So we appreciate you referring other practitioners to our course. And of course, we give you that great comprehensive marketing plan in module 1 to make sure that if you don't have a client list in the beginning, that we get you going with that so you can be successful. We really want you to be successful in your GI mapping business. Okay, one of the most important things, remember, we talked about in our goals is sharing best practices and collaborating to change the world. So we've created a unique, completely secured community around GI mapping practitioners. And we offer you a 30-day free community membership from joining the course. So that can get you into that community. You can start asking questions for your first protocols. You can research any questions that have already been logged in there. And it's an amazing wealth of knowledge in there because even though we give you all the tools you need in the course, you are definitely going to have questions in the future as you execute protocols. You may have unique cases you need to ask questions about. And you can consult the community and you can also post in there to get feedback on protocols and things like that. So we'd love to have you in our community. Don't forget to take advantage of that when you join and purchase the course. So thanks so much for joining me. I'm so glad we could be here today to give you all the information that you need to understand what the GI Map course is all about. If you still have questions, again, join our free Q&A group on our website. That's gimapping.com. Feel free to send us an email at gimappinginfo@gmail.com. Please follow us on social. That's Instagram at gimapping. And my My business Instagram is at the Organic South. Eliza Bacote. So thanks again. We're so excited to see you get started with our course and to start helping other people heal through the GI map test.